Hey guys, welcome to Red Dead Videos. I'm Mark, and I'm here with Pat and Nate.
Hey guys.
Hey.
And today we've got an episode of Talking Red Dead, the show where three friends sit around and talk about Red Dead. And today we've got something pretty interesting to cover. It's the new map that just got leaked, and everyone thinks it's the new Red Dead map. So we're just going to give our thoughts and opinions on that and just talk about it. So yeah, I guess it was a guy. We don't really need to go over it. You guys have probably seen it and heard the story. But yeah, somebody leaked it, and apparently people. I think it's like people close to Rockstar. Sources have said that this is actually kind of legit.
IGN said it was legit.
Yeah, since the map has been leaked, like more sources have come out and said that it's actually true, like it's real, but that's not confirmed, of course.
Obviously, until something's confirmed from Rockstar, nothing is confirmed. So, definitely, you never know.
But it is looking pretty like there's a lot of evidence for it.
Yeah, a lot of people who probably should know say that this
is real.
Yeah. So you guys probably are looking at a picture of the map.
Sure, you've seen it before because it is. If you're a fan of Red Dead, then this is pretty big news. And
obviously, it doesn't look. It looks kind of weird.
To get out of the way.
Water.
To first off, the colors, of course, and like just the overall look.
The aesthetic of it.
The aesthetic of it. That's not going to be in the final game.
Yeah, it looks like something that's not finished.
It's obviously like in development, kind of like map.
Color coded it for their own.
Purposes, and also another thing to clear up while we're still here. Some people think like, wow, look at how many it's so cut up by all these rivers. Like, why are there so many rivers? Yeah. There is one or two big rivers cutting through and like creeks cutting through the map, but a lot of the rivers that you see are just purple lines that are like dividing up the sections.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
big. If you look closely, it's just
purple lines that are dividing sections of the map, not actually rivers.
Poorly colored because it looks very similar to the blue of the rivers, but
and I'm not actually convinced on this. I think that there may be purple lines outlining the rivers, and the rivers are.
Can you please just for once?
But
yeah, okay, I don't.
That's all right. Disregard that.
No,
that's his opinion. All right,
that's my opinion.
Okay.
The one thing I would kind of say is it looks kind of like if you look close up, like under all the colors and like under all those weird like hatched lines they have going across it. It kind of does actually look in the very similar style of the original Red Dead Redemption map. It's hard to describe, but if you just zoom in, you'll see it does look like the Red Dead Redemption map. But obviously, someone could easily fake this. It's not that hard to do.
Or it could also be like maybe something they did use or thinking about and maybe isn't final or could have changed.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of possibilities. To just jump right into some of the big things, though. It does have Great Plains and tall trees.
Yeah, and it's in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. So,
presumably this is just like we're getting the kind of very top of the old Red Dead Redemption map.
And further on.
And further up. So that's pretty crazy, especially, I don't know, like the scale, if it would be to scale. I'm assuming that if we did get the same, like similar locations, it would sort of be like similar to how we got San Andreas in GTA 5 again, but it looked different than, or not like completely different, but pretty different to like how San Andreas was in old games. So it's not going to be like 1-to-1, I don't think. If they do return.
I don't think Tall Trees and Great Plains are going to look exactly the same. That's just my thoughts on it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. One thing I was a little disappointed with, it seems as if there is a big city, New Bordeaux, which if you know, it's the new setting for the new Mafia game.
Yeah, Mafia 3.
Yeah,
is set in like New Orleans, but they call it New Bordeaux. So it is very peculiar that Rockstar. I mean, I know it's the same like parent company Take-Two is publishing both games, Mafia and Rockstar's games. So some people are saying like, yeah, it's a crossover. That doesn't make sense. And when I first saw this, I definitely thought this was fishy and weird. Like I thought maybe this was like a map for Mafia 3 or something, because I don't see why they'd use the same name.
Yeah, that's the main thing that seems weird to me. But I don't know. People have been saying this is real, so I don't know. It's just strange that they would, Rockstar is a different developer.
If that was any other name, I would totally be on board with this.
Yeah,
this
like it makes
totally
sense that Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption are in the same universe. You know, you see kind of like
Definitely.
little Easter eggs, but those are two different games made by two different developers. It just seems strange that they would share a name of a city. But other than that, a lot of this seems real. I mean, if you look at the map, there's a lot of names that look like Red Dead Redemption names, just.
A lot of ranches and creeks and things along those lines. One interesting thing, again, is the amount of water that Nate mentioned. There is quite a bit of water, not only the sort of rivers that are splitting it up, but just like big lakes.
Yeah.
And there's even like an island.
I think this could be a good sign, though, to the reality of it. I think if somebody tried to make a map that they thought the Red Dead would be, they probably wouldn't have added so much water.
It's true, right?
But I'm not sure.
They would be like, Red Dead, you can't swim. So I think maybe one thing that might be in the next game, almost obviously if this is the map, is you kind of would have to swim.
Yeah.
If you want to get across these lakes.
Or at least not just like die instantly as soon as you go in the water.
I mean, I always thought, of course they were doing it so you couldn't get into Mexico, but I always thought that was very strange. And unless these are all like sectioned off and you have to unlock them one at a time, or there's just like always going to be like, some bridges, then I feel like swimming has to be kind of a must for this game.
Yeah.
It could also be, the rivers could be pretty low level. Sort of like in Skyrim, where you could walk across most of the river.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But swimming would still be necessary anyway.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to see swimming just because it seems strange to not have it. It seemed really strange when you just died instantly when you went through water.
We may see some boats also.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There was that ferry at the beginning.
The ferry was cool, yes.
Yeah, and this game it looks like it takes place like right where you came into the Blackwater.
It's true, they have
that
Blackwater
gigantic
on
lake
there.
you went through when you first came in. So yeah,
it could be cool to see maybe like a ferry that takes you from one side of that big lake to the other side.
Yeah, right. No, and so if this is true, it's actually pretty exciting.
It is
because
very exciting that
you're going to be able to see Blackwater and tall trees again, Great Plains, and maybe a different time period. But my one little disappointment is just the whole New Bordeaux area, because while I don't really mind if they're sharing the name with a Mafia game, I don't think that it's just weird, but my main problem is it looks kind of like a swampland, like if you know New Orleans.
It's the whole place is titled something about a bayou.
Yeah.
So
and if my least favorite part of Red Dead Redemption was Thieves Landing, just because it was always like foggy and it didn't look that cool, and it wasn't your classic Western setting.
Didn't feel Western.
Yeah,
very much.
And so I think I don't know if like a majority of this map is kind of like swampy bayous. I mean they could make it work, but I just would prefer if it wasn't like that.
It's a small portion, but I mean it's still kind of like it looks like to be like 1/6 of the map.
Yeah.
Could possibly like swampland.
Yeah, so I would be a little disappointed, but I trust Rockstar to make a good game in a beautiful setting. So it looks like there's more desert.
With that said, the swamplands could be improved in this game.
That's true too.
And I also think New Orleans could be a really
definitely if there's
cool
like a
place.
city in there.
If it's like the big city of the map, that's like the booming town.
It's a cool center point for everything.
There's some like nice music going on in there. And stuff,
they are known for the music there, yeah.
That is a very good point. It's a very interesting place to go if they did like try to bring like a whole city, which maybe if you zoom in, like it does look like there's like some streets maybe there.
Yeah.
So New Bordeaux looks like it could be like a big city, so that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah, so basically altogether, I mean, this is very exciting. It just kind of gets me in the mood for the new Red Dead, seeing all these names, and if this is the map, just like looking at the map for the first time is really, really exciting.
Yeah.
So actually, in the comments, let us know if you think this is real or not. Our last video that we made about this, just mentioning it, some people were skeptical. Gage Wright particularly said this looks fake.
He said this sucks.
This sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Also, like maybe they're skeptical. Someone was skeptical because it was like broken up so much by the lakes. So
I would like to point out to those guys that. I remember when one of the real GTA map got leaked, and
GTA 5, of course.
Yeah, and we were talking, and we thought it was fake because it was like an island and stuff, and we didn't want it to be an island.
Yeah.
And we were all like, "Oh, it should be better and stuff," but it turned out really good.
Turned out pretty good.
So I'm gonna say this is real, and that it's gonna turn out well too.
Mark, what about you? You gonna say this is
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but
hard
I
to tell.
think it seems like the people who know, like IGN, usually kind of is spot on when they say this is basically kind of confirmed.
They have a lot of sources.
Yeah.
Insiders.
Yeah, so I think
So
it's probably true if they're saying it looks like it's
It'd be
true.
hard to say that this is not real.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's looking good. And
We'll come out with some more videos analyzing it.
Yeah.
analyzing, yeah.
But yeah, definitely tell us what you guys think, and give us some suggestions on what else you want us to talk about. But yeah, we'll definitely come up with some more videos about this. Just looking at it, there's a ton of detail in it. So yeah, very exciting times. All right, so yeah, definitely leave a comment, and yeah, stay tuned for more Red Dead Redemption content. See you guys later.
Good long video.